So we definitely have some absolutely crazy stuff currently happening to Lucid Motors stock again, actually experiencing some insane drops of more than 38%. However, since the more than 67% gaps literally right after we pulled back to the major support level after the astonishing jumps of about 675% at the beginning of the year. But as the price then sat at almost exactly this huge support level being right under $18, it jumped back almost 3% just on today alone to the current levels. But as this major price action also has a lot to do with some insane aspects such as the completed merger as well as some huge catalysts and news that are very important right now, certainly making it something we have to talk about today. While still being down more than 65% from the initial jumps in January, what we are going to do today is give you an updated insight into what is happening to the now ticker symbol LCID and break down exactly whether it is still a buy at the end. And as the analysis in the video is absolutely crucial to consider before buying the stock, make sure to stay tuned. But before we jump right in, just hit that subscribe button down below. And as we'll keep you updated on breaking news and awesome trading opportunities every single day, subscribing would not only help us but also you. So there is really no excuse for not smashing the subscribe button. It's free, and you can always unsubscribe if you feel so. Alright, so let's start talking about the stock. And especially as the company is now finally trading on its own, as well as for example a big new catalyst actually going to take place at about the end of the month of September, we definitely have some crucial things to go over again, including of course the in the beginning mentioned aspects as well as some critical numbers and obviously the massive hype from retail traders. As mentioned in one of our last videos on the stock, however, with the current rejections in the stock's price indicating this as well, there's not only great news surrounding the company that actually is still facing some major challenges as well. And the single most important thing here, also making it a very risky bet for many investors right now, certainly has to do with the even now continuously zero cars the company has delivered up to the current date, only having built some prototypes to be showcased. But even if this still holds true, there are some things you have to consider here, also leading us to the catalyst at the end of the month we just mentioned. So on September 27th, their factory is literally about to open its doors under the new production preview week, enabling guests from media, financial and policy circles to not only see the company's manufacturing facilities in real life, but also to experience the products and cars firsthand through actually riding and driving. They will also have the opportunity to speak directly with company executives and the engineers behind the technological advancements, all in all giving people actual proof for the promised amazing production progress. Additionally, the mind-blowing more than 10,000 pre-orders of, for example, just the Lucid Air alone are now expected to be delivered anytime soon, with the event maybe even intended to create hype for the release. But speaking of hype, one of the biggest reasons for the massive excitement amongst investors actually is a completely different one: the pricing of the cars. And especially considering the ton of competition, particularly in the electric vehicle space, their pretty high prices literally open up some huge opportunities in a market where almost no other major player is currently in, the luxury market. And if the company can genuinely establish itself in the highly competitive area, there will undoubtedly be some astonishing growth ahead, which is also a key reason for the initial 675% increases we've seen starting in January. But another important point to consider is the enormous hype we briefly talked about a bit earlier, also taking place however amongst particularly retail traders, who literally give the company's stock some insane potential similar for gaps to the gigantic short squeezes at the beginning of the year, for example Lucid Motors own one. And considering Lucid's expectations of a significant increase in manufacturing in the next few years, it's easy to see why investors are so optimistic about the company's future. Please consider however the huge amount of competition, as well as a lot of legacy manufacturers committing to and investing heavily in the EV space. However, if retail traders continue to hype the stock up with the still relatively cheap prices right under the $25 mark, even some new short-term increases are very likely. Alright, if you liked this video and want to support our mission of providing free financial information here on YouTube, please ensure you're subscribed and definitely consider leaving a like. Thanks a lot, and see you next time.